What up, everyone? King Stock here again. Part 7 of the Tamiya TT02D Drift Series, Drift Spec. My apologies. Just put the shocks together. Added oil, and you can see now, played around with it a little, but see how that releases itself? So that's how you want them. And that's with no tension, really on them, except for the shock oil. The springs are still not on there. You do get a nice amount left over, so you can always add a little bit more. Once you get everything together, start driving, you'll be able to tell, if you need a little bit more spring in your shocks or a little bit more oil. For right now, I think we got them good enough, and it's always good to have a little extra shock oil because over time it does dissipate. It's not enough to redo all four. It may be enough to add a little bit. Something you may want to pick up if you have a couple vehicles, pick up a bigger bottle. But there's also different weights, and I'm not sure if it says it on here. I don't think it says what weight it is, just Tamiya damper oil. So there's so many different shock oils. You might want to go with a heavier load in the rear, lighter in the front, maybe the same with all four. I'm not really sure with this car. I know with some of my trucks, like my Jambo and stuff, it's a little bit stiffer in the rear, softer in the front, but kind of one of those things you got to get out and drive and see how she handles, what you're going to do. Are you going to drift with her on road, speed, this, that? So let's move on. Next part, attaching the rear shocks. So gonna need the springs for this. Obviously, they give you 4. Nice that they are, I guess, aluminum, metal, aluminum, whatever. So we'll need 2 for the rear. 2 of these bad boys for the rear as well. Now I do notice a little bit less resistance, and these 2 I have, can't see because the motor's in the way. A little bit more resistance to these ones on the left than on the right. So I'm going to keep these for the front just so I can kind of, if I need to add a little bit more oil or a little less in the front, see how it is. So we need, got the 2 shocks, 2 springs, and V5, 2 V5s. That's this guy here. That is the bottom of the shock. Just 2 for right now. 1 on each part tree. Total of 4. 2 for the front, 2 for the rear. Do the rear first. Clean those tabs up. those ready. And then what you want to do is put the, I don't think it matters what way you put the spring on, but put that spring on and then slightly compress it, and you'll see that flat part, it's hard to tell, goes towards the spring. That part that has those, that little design, those little cutouts, goes to the very bottom. Kind of really hard to see, but that's the bottom. That flat part goes towards the spring, and you're going to compress it a little bit in order to get it on. You can do it by hand. I mean, that was pretty simple, pretty easy. Bam, she's together. Oh man, nice. Oh yeah. All right, now I'm gonna snap these bad boys on. Make sure you check these out at the top. I'm not sure, I know some shocks, the ball end can only go in one side, and it usually has a slight bevel to it, as does this one. So it's not going to pick up camera, but just check up here for that bevel, and same down below. You'll really fight yourself. It does recommend using pliers, needle nose, long nose pliers, to snap them in, which you may need to. I know they're brand new, they may be pretty tough. Sometimes you can just snap them in by hand. Man, she don't want to snap in by hand, so just gently with your, needle nose, long nose, whatever you want to call them. Just ever so gently. Not a big fan doing it this way, but try not to mar anything up. Again, just be sure you have that bevel, or you'll really be breaking your stones to get this together. Now I did the top first. Hopefully we can get the bottom. Not much to grab onto on the bottom. Oh, nice. And as you can see right there, oh, she's on. So, do the other side. Check for that bevel. What's up, Bug? Sorry, it's one of my other cretins. Come on, don't mar it up. These bottom ones, there's not much to grab onto. I'm trying to grab onto the bottom of the lower arm. It's kind of a weird angle, but it's the only thing I can see to really grab. Without extending these things out too far. Dang. Not working in my favor right